Week 6 is here. Jordan's fuming. His second favorite team just smoked his other second favorite team. We're diving into a full fantasy football rundown with all your must-have starts, sits, and sneaky sleepers. Seth's off scaling Mount Whitney with his boys, but you're in the right spot hanging with me and Salty Jordan as we unpack the chaos that's about to happen in Week 6. Let's dive in. What is up, my dudes? I'm joined with Jordan. Like I said, Seth is out backpacking in the hills, some mountain with his buddies. Mount Whitney, I guess he won some drawing, but me and Jordan are here for you. Jordan, how are we doing?
Doing good. Kind of a weird week 5, like my survivor went down in flames, which was very irritating. Like the things that had to happen for the Rams and the Cardinals to lose was just ridiculous. 2 fumbles, the 1 yard line. Like I don't even understand. Like the Cardinals losing because one, the player DeMarco doesn't reach over the goal line with the football, and then they pick the ball and then fumble it for a touchdown for the Titans. I don't even know. So whatever. And then the Jaguars beat the Chiefs. So that was a fun way to end the week. But I don't know. It was just kind of a weird week into football.
Yeah, and Jordan, you're in the survivor pool. Your survivor's dead. My survivor's
It's
dead.
dead.
Too. We're not going to do no more survivor
I
picks on the show, unfortunately, and that might be good for you if your survivor team is still alive. But how many guys got eliminated this weekend?
It was a ton because the Rams lost, the Cardinals lost, and the Bills lost. Like those are the 3 most popular, I think, teams chosen. So
that is why I don't look at the future play too much. Not that it helped me at all, but to be fair, I got eliminated on a tie. So here I am. But yeah, the survivors are tough. We should probably roll into it though, Jordan. Congrats to your Jaguars beating your Chiefs. That was a big win. I think Trevor Lawrence, I think the Jaguars look like they're rolling in the right direction for your London trip that's coming up next week.
yeah, they got a big game in Seahawks this week, but like it's like they're 4-1, but I don't even think they're playing that well. So I don't know if that's a good thing, a bad thing. I guess you can look at it 2 ways. Like you look at it as like they're winning games without playing well, so it's good. But you can also look at it as like maybe it's like a fool's goal a little bit, and the holes are too big. I don't know. So we'll see.
Yeah, and just some housekeeping notes. I will be doing my waiver episode on Tuesday. Gonna try to maybe hit you with some shorts, do something. We'll be a little bit different. I'm gonna be out of town. Jordan's be out of the country. Seth probably will still be backpacking or something. So we will try to get something to you next week, but it's gonna be a little different than normal. So just letting you know in advance. Jordan, let's do a little bit of pick your player here. And pick your player. I need to pull this up right here. It was we did decent last week, but I'm going to start off with quarterbacks and pick your players brought to you by our friends over at Trophy Smack. Remember, guys, head over to Trophy Smack, get that last place trophy, participation awards, first place trophies, second place trophies, anything you want, go to trophysmack.com/dudes for 15% off your whole entire order. Pick your player, Jordan. I got Dak Prescott playing against Carolina Panthers or Caleb Williams at the Washington Commanders. Who are you going with here?
I think it's close. I really like Caleb in the spot against the Commanders, though. So I'm gonna go Caleb, but like they're both really good. My only worry with like Dak is that like the Panthers don't really give up a lot of fantasy points like quarterbacks, just because they kind of teams run the ball against them, get up and just run the football. So I personally am going to lean Caleb just because I think the spot against the Commanders is like really, really good. So I lean Caleb, but they're both really good.
Yeah, I'm going to go Caleb here too, Jordan. I just don't know if I should be pumping Dak up too much because it seems like once you start pumping Dak up, he kind of deflates a little bit here. Just so fantasy wise, they should be in a spot where they have to score a lot of points, but not 100% sure. It very well could be just a huge Javonte game this week. I'm going to go with Caleb as well. Then hand off the running backs. I got Jacory Krosky Merritt, JCM as I like to call him, versus Chicago, or Rico Dowdle at Dallas. Going back to the Panthers game. What are you thinking here between these two guys? Both in good spots.
It's Dowdle for me. Like Dowdle, assuming Chuba doesn't play, right? We're saying it's assuming Chuba doesn't play.
Yes, we're assuming that.
Yeah, like I think it's Dowdle. Cowboys like is a really good spot for running backs. They didn't really start out that way, but it feels like the last few weeks it's kind of turned around. They give up 21 points per game to running backs. For running backs, so like last week, Breece Hall had 113 yards. Josh Jacobs in week 4 had 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. So like the last 2 weeks, they've been pretty bad against the run. So, and then like Rico Dowdle just went crazy last week too. So I think it's Rico Dowdle, but like the Bears seem like they're more of a pass funnel than they are like running the football. So like against the run, like they're a little better there. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, they're bad against the run too. I mean, I'm looking at their game logs. Like,
Yeah.
Genty went for 138, Javonte 76, Gibbs 94. So I'm gonna lean Dowdle, but again, 2 guys in good spots.
I'm looking at PFF right here and just the fantasy rankings for the week. And I just thought JCM was just rated way too low for what he is in the matchup. I'm going with Jacory here, but he is rated. Maybe it's because they don't know if he's completely taken over. I feel like he is, but PFF has Jacory at running back 17. And I felt like that was just too low. They have Dottle at 11, though. But looking at just stats, just rushing yards per game, Bears are giving up 140 rushing yards per game, and the Cowboys are giving up 91, which isn't good. But I just think this matchup for Jacory is a lot better. And part of it is like, I'm not saying the Cowboys defense is good. Is I think Rico Dottle coming out and saying Dallas, they need to buckle up and get ready for him this week. I think that's just bulletin board material that he probably didn't need to put out there. So I'm going to go with JCM having a better performance than Rico Dottle this week. Next one here, I have Michael Pittman Jr. versus Arizona or Marvin Harrison Jr. versus the Colts. So these guys are squaring off against each other. 2 wide receivers. Who are you going with here, Jordan?
I'm gonna go Marvin Harrison. I think his upside's a little higher than Pittman. I think there's a better chance of them trailing and having to throw the football. And then like I think the Colts could sit on the football if they get up and run the ball with JT. But I also think there's the narrative a little bit that I kind of buy into that like Cardinals coaching was really bad last week and like didn't allow Kyler to like throw the football. And so I don't know, maybe they kind of like just kind of make a point of throwing the football here in this spot. But I like Marvin Harrison. I think the upside is a lot bigger.
It's another one. Like, did Kyler Murray get concussed by getting hit in the face with the football from that snap?
I don't know.
The whole thing was weird.
It's a foot injury, I thought.
It was foot, but like happened right after the snap hit him in the face too.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were talking. I'm going Marvin Harrison Jr. here because I just feel like Marvin Harrison's probably experienced more games in the stadium than Michael Pittman has. You know, he's returning to his dad's old stadium. He hasn't played there, I don't think, but he grew up going to these games. And I think this is kind of like, it's not a revenge game, but it's more of like, he's kind of like grew up going to the stadium.
It's a good Marvin narrative. Harrison, it's a narrative
I think
spot.
he comes in and scores in the same end zones as he grew up watching his dad score. Man, was he even alive really when his dad was playing? I feel like maybe he wasn't. He might have been really small.
2008 was his last year. 96 to 08. Yeah, when was Marvin Harrison Jr. born?
Yeah, so maybe my whole narrative is just not that good.
He's born in 02. Yeah, so he may not. I mean, he was probably 6 when his dad retired.
Yeah, so he remembers, yeah.
But also like he grew up probably watching film of his dad. Like it's not like that it's like a new place. Yeah, like he's still very familiar with that place.
I think this is an important game to Marvin Harrison Jr. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, 100%.
I think they come out. Yeah. So this is a big game for him. So I'm going with Marvin Harrison Jr. over. I almost made my start of the week just because of this. Like, and the Colts, what are they? They're okay against the pass. They're not terrible. They're not great. Like, yeah, they're the 5th best matchup for wide receivers. So it's a good spot for them.
Yeah, they give up like the 7th most fantasy points to wide receivers. So
yeah, so
the 4th most yards.
Yeah, so I'm going with Marvin Harris. I'm not going with Pittman. Good chance they both have really good games. So that was Pick Your Player, guys, brought to you by Trophy Smack. Like I said, let's get into our start, sit, sleepers, and upset picks of the week. Coming off probably our roughest picks of the week, just everything was just pretty bad there. But quick reminder, going live Thursday night Pacific time, Thursday night, 9 o'clock Pacific time, having some of our favorite plays, props, answering your start and sit questions, reviewing your trades, helping you make better trades. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell, guys. Going to be coming to you. Going to be a good show. Had over 120 people on live last week. Had to put some people in timeout. Some of you guys were asking some crazy questions. We aren't going to have any of that. If it's too crazy, we will put you in timeout. No need there. But let's hop into these start sits. Jordan, we'll get into these right now. Jordan, I'm going to go to your start first, and we'll go over to mine.
Okay, I got Hassan Haskins as a start this week. No Marion Hampton, no Najee Harris, obviously. So they're basically left with like Haskins and Kamani Vidal. They played like equal number of snaps last week, but Haskins played with the starters. Vidal played when Trey Lance went in the game. So I'm sure they'll both get work, but I just lean into Haskins' backfield. Haskins played under Jim Harbaugh at Michigan, so there's a lot of familiarity there. Miami gives up the third most fantasy points to running backs, almost 22 points a game. The most rushing yards to running backs. The last 3 weeks against Miami, running backs have had pretty big games. Week 3, James Cook had 108 yards and a touchdown. Week 4, Breece Hall had 81 yards. And then week 5, last week, we all saw Dowdle went like absolutely insane against the Dolphins, 206 yards and a touchdown. So like, I don't say Hassan Haskins is the most talented guy in the world, but there's familiarity there with Harbaugh. I think he's kind of the next guy up for them, and they're going to run the football. So like the spot a good amount here for Haskins.
Yeah, he should fall into the end zone at least one time. Yeah, like that's something Harbaugh wants to do. Do we know when Alt's coming back? Is he out for how long?
He's out this. He's out this week. I didn't see when exactly he's coming back.
As a guy who had Hampton, the Chargers do need Alt back. They got to get that offensive line. You just can't keep replacing those guys. I don't hate it. This has nothing to do with your huge bid you put on this guy in our league, does it?
Yeah, I don't understand like how no one else put a bid in for him.
I thought that somebody would do it. I just kind of was like, I'm gonna roll with the guys I have. I'm still kind of waiting, with the spot I'm at. I don't feel like I have to go too crazy.
My team also is awful in that league. So
yeah, but I was shocked that you were the only guy that put anything down. I figured there'd be a lot of people going for that. So Jordan, we all know that feeling when you wake up and you overbid on a guy. It's not that bad if there's like 3 guys who bid on him and you're the highest by $30.
It's so weird because and then the bids in like our chop league weren't as high as I thought they were going to be.
Well, the team
kind of a weird morning.
The team that got eliminated was horrible, so that doesn't like.
Yeah, but I got Josh Jacobs for like nothing.
Yeah, that was one that should have been more. I went crazy last week with Josh Allen though, so I'm kind of pacing myself a little bit in that league. But
I got Xavier Worthy and Josh Jacobs, so I was like, okay,
no, but that when it's just when you get when you spend 30 fab on a guy and then no one else did anything, you're like, what in the world? So
I was like, what am I missing here?
Yeah, I ran a poll on X this week, and you kind of inspired it, Jordan. But a lot of guys watch the waiver show on Wednesday, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's like 90% of the people watch on Wednesday. And I just wanted to know how many people do waivers. Their waivers go through Wednesday morning and how many people's waivers go through Thursday morning or Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. And because I feel like that's kind of a growing trend. Not a ton of votes. There were 95 votes, but 95% said Wednesday morning their waivers go through. And I personally, I kind of like the Thursday morning better. I think it gives you more time for news. I think it's a little nicer the Thursday morning. It helps you with the Thursday night game a little bit more. I don't hate that.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
But there's a lot of guys that do a bunch. You've been in one league I know that does that, but I think
no, one league I was in was Tuesday night, Trent.
Oh, right
Tuesday
after
morning
football.
waivers.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
But a league I'm in, the new Dynasty league I'm in, that took over for, it's Thursday morning.
I kind of like that. I think that's a good way to do it. I feel like Wednesday just kind of sneaks up on you for whatever reason. I don't know. But I guess Tuesday morning's not bad because it's kind of like you're watching Monday Night Football. You're like, hey, I'll put my
Yeah,
waivers in. So
yeah.
I feel like there's a little bit more of a reminder there. All right. Going to my start of the week here. I have Calvin Ridley, and Titans are planning on finding ways to use Calvin Ridley. That's what their coach said. And what a better place to keep it rolling than against the Raiders, guys. A defense that's been getting torched by wide receivers all season long. They're giving up the fourth most fantasy points to position, allowing over 168 receiving yards per game. I think that's the kind of matchup you circle if you've got Calvin Ridley in your lineup. He finally showed us last week, and this is a good matchup, good opportunity to build on that momentum and remind everyone why we drafted him. And I think he'll be a fantasy difference maker this week. He finally got involved, caught some long passes. Maybe Cam Ward gets in a rhythm, but I got Calvin Ridley as my start of the week. I think he's finishes higher than what he is ranked right now, what I'm seeing right now. So it's kind of like the volume's been there. He's finally connecting on some long balls with Cam Ward. So it's not going to be like the Cardinals where they absolutely hand it over to him, but he didn't help them get that comeback. It was more of like a drop ball and an interception that got turned into a touchdown. So
Yeah.
I like this spot for Calvin Ridley. And yeah, I don't know where to go. Like common trend of just picking on poor defenses is kind of what I like to do here. And I think it's a good spot for him to keep going. I don't think the Titans win this game.
I mean, they could. They could.
Like Geno's playing so bad.
He's so
Like,
bad.
he looks like Jets Geno.
These might be two of the worst football teams in the league. It's got to be two of the bottom five for sure. Like, it's bad.
Yeah. So I'm going with Calvin Ridley. Don't watch it. Just plug and play, guys. Jordan, who is your sit of the week here?
I'm going back to my roots here with my sit. I got Derrick Henry as a sit, assuming Lamar Jackson doesn't play, which I don't think he is. The line says he's not. He didn't practice today. The Rams give up the least amount of the fantasy points to running backs. They're top 10 or bottom 10, however you want to look at it, in yards. A lot of running backs. They have the fourth best run defense according to PFF. Henry hasn't played more than 65% snaps this year. Hasn't had 20 carries yet. I think his highest is 18. That was week 1. The Rams are going to load the box. I don't see how they don't just load the box. Derek Cooper rushed to beat them. And I just don't think Derrick Henry, even last week, he had like 15 carries for 33 yards, but he got bailed out with a touchdown. Like, he easily could have been like a 3-4 point week from him. So, like, I don't like Derrick Henry at all in the spot. It's a really tough run defense. And I just may be off him until Lamar Jackson comes back because Cooper Rush can't do anything. So,
yeah, I don't know what the deal with the Ravens is. I don't know if it's their offensive line. Maybe Lamar's just that good, but Derrick Henry, even what was it, outside the Bills game, it's been kind of rough. Like, he hasn't had that breakout. And even that Bills game, he's more remembered for the fumble.
He hasn't been good, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He's got bailed out with some touchdowns.
Yeah, finally, maybe your call of getting off of him. Maybe he's coming into. Maybe you're bringing him back though, Jordan. This could be. This is the first off season. I didn't feel like you were as hard on him. You could be. Bringing him back. This could be good news for Henry owners.
Yeah, like I was like, this is the first off season where I was like, you know what, Henry just won't go away, and then this is going to be the year where he just sucks. So
yeah. No,
Trent. So he since week 1, he hasn't had over 50 yards rushing.
Yeah, that's not good. Do you think we get to the point, like, how much longer do we got to go till Keaton Mitchell? Is he hurt right now? I haven't been dynasty. I've been storing.
He played last week. He was active last week. He had 3 carries for 8 yards, 1 catch for 5 yards. They were also down a tremendous amount of points, right? But yeah, Keaton Mitchell only played 9% snaps. Derrick Henry was 65. Hill was 30. So it's almost
The Cooper Rush backup to Lamar Jackson didn't make sense to me. I feel like him and Dak, they're like Dak's mobile. Dak's not like a runner like Lamar.
No, but he's a
I
passer, like
yeah, but you don't need like a Cooper Rush doesn't fit that offense. Like it seemed like a weird fit to me. I don't know.
yeah, like I
Like
feel
this
like a guy like Tyrod Taylor would have been better. Like
Trey
someone like that.
Lance, something.
Trey
I don't
Lance.
know. Like something, some kind of mobile quarterback. Like it just seemed to, or even like Malik Willis or something. I don't know. Like just some
Yes,
kind of
someone who's mobile. I mean, they used to have guys like that. They used to have like Huntley or McSorley
yeah,
or guys, that were
Robert
mobile, like
Griffin.
guys. Yeah, they used to have guys that fit that mold with Lamar. So I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
I just feel like it's too different now. Like you have to change all your blocking schemes and everything. Like blocking for somebody like Lamar Jackson is a lot easier than blocking for somebody like Cooper Rush. Like even when you block bad for Lamar Jackson, he might not get sacked. You block bad for Cooper Rush, there's a good chance he gets sacked. Like
Yeah.
there's just, you can't really give up when you're blocking for Lamar Jackson because he might hold on to the ball forever.
Well, who'd be the perfect backup there is Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, that would be interesting. That'd be an interesting one to put in there. Yeah, but yeah, I just don't know if the Colts get rid of him or what happens with that whole thing
Yeah, it's
because
weird.
look at the AFC North. You see the starting quarterbacks. It's Cooper Rush, Joe Flacco in inter-division trade. That's like the third one since 2000. It's Donovan McNabb, him, and I can't remember who the other one was. Somebody's probably screaming in their car yelling who it was. I don't remember. So you got Aaron Rodgers, Cooper Rush, Joe Flacco, and Gilbert. Or what's the Browns quarterback? Dylan Gilbert.
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel. My bad. All right. But yeah, they're all pretty old quarterbacks because Gabriel's like 28. So and he's the youngest one. So anyways, all right. My sit of the week. I don't love this. I was having trouble picking sits this week.
I'll be
Jordan.
honest, Trent. Like this week's a weird week. Like I don't like much this week. I don't like feel good about anything. Like we'll talk about in the prop show tomorrow. Like I don't feel great about a lot of stuff. Like for this week, just in general. So it's a weird week that I don't really love. To be honest,
could be the week to go all unders, or could be the week you finally, really break it. I had a decent week last week. So.
I think it's just the week to go light, and then that will be the week that you do awesome, right? Because it'll be the week to go light.
One of my plays did hit last week. I had Ferguson receiving yards. Who else did I have? I had a couple. I think I had Javonte Williams TD, and I had one other. So I did give a winning play last week. I'm going to give another one this week too. So do I have anything planned? No, but I'm going to just figure it out along live with all of you guys there. So go check it out at TFF Dudes on X or YouTube. Give us give us a sub. Been getting a lot of subs lately, guys. Just hit over 1,000 subs. We're at 1,006 subs right now. Thank you all you guys who subscribe to the channel. Keep it going. Just getting started. My sit of the week. I got Travis Etienne. Seahawks are only giving up 65 rushing yards per game. Plus, the Jaguars just came off of their best offensive performance of the year, scoring 31 points. And that didn't involve Travis Etienne. Maybe Trevor Lawrence has figured out how to push the ball a little bit more. Maybe, Brian Thomas did decent. I think Jaguars just stack up better throwing the ball this week because Seahawks on the ground only give up 65 rushing yards a game. So I got Travis Etienne. I know he's kind of like catches a lot of passes too, but I'm going with Travis Etienne as my sit of the week. And maybe you don't have any where you drafted Travis Etienne. It probably doesn't hurt you to play him. He wasn't a high draft capital guy, but that's my guy. I'm kind of saying I'm predicting Travis Etienne under 10 fantasy points. If it was 9.5, I'm saying he's under 9.5, guys. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. And Jordan said there wasn't anything he totally liked there. Jordan, I know you're kind of coming off that Jaguars high right now. They only have one loss. What are you thinking? Did you like what you saw with Lawrence? He poached 2 rushing TDs in this last game?
I don't love it. I just think he misses throws that are there, and that's very frustrating.
He had a nice throw to Brian Thomas, though.
He did, and he's very upbeat. That's how he's always been, though. He'll show flashes of just brilliance, and then flashes of like that drive encompasses honestly the play where he falls down, and then tries to get up and falls down again, and on the third try gets up and just encompasses Trevor Lawrence. He just does some of the dumbest stuff, but then will have just flashes of just moments of brilliance. And you're just like, why don't you just play like this all the time? So I don't know. I don't mind your sit, Trent. I mean, this Seahawks injury report, they are decimated in the secondary. Like they got safety, Amenawari, limited participation in practice. They got 2 linebackers did not participate. I know DeMarcus Lawrence did not participate. Julian Love, safety, did not participate. D tackle did not participate. Devin Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen, both their cornerbacks did not participate. Limited participation. I mean, it's injury report's a mess. So this could be like a big. Maybe they do just attack him through the air. I mean, we saw what Baker did with the Chris Godwin, Egbuka, and Tez Johnson, Kate Otten. They just went crazy. So maybe it might be a pretty good spot for the Jaguars passing game. And maybe it is a little bit less on Travis Etienne.
Don't remind me of my Chris Godwin start of the week last week. He's like the only guy who didn't do anything. It didn't make sense to me.
I know.
But yeah, no, Baker looked good. This is a perfect, keep the ball rolling game for Trevor Lawrence. I think they go through the air, and he stole those 2 rushing TDs, so that hurts. But what was Chris Jones doing on that play? Like, he's just standing there watching. I think he just figured he maybe got touched the 2 times he fell down.
Yeah, or he assumed someone else was going to touch him. I don't know.
Okay. And then sleepers of the week. I can hop into my sleeper here, Jordan.
Yeah,
but sleeper, actually, quick timeout before we hit our sleepers. Let's just shout today's sponsor, Sleeper Picks. You know that feeling when you just know a player's about to go off. Now you can test your gut with Sleeper Picks. Choose more or less on player stats, rushing yards, touchdowns, catches, whatever. Stack 2 to 8, and you can rip to 100x your entry if you nail them all. No rosters, no lineups, no stress. Just you versus the numbers. Use promo code DUDES100, and Sleeper will match your deposit up to $100. Free money to play with. All right. Thank you to our sponsors. Head over to Sleeper, best place to play fantasy football. Sleeper Picks as well. Reminder, we're going live on Thursday night, 9 p.m. Pacific time. My sleeper here, Jordan, I'm going with, where is he right here? Luther Burden. Lex Luthor. The Bears are taking on Washington, one of the better fantasy matchups for wide receivers, giving up over 29 fantasy points per game and 151 receiving yards to the position. So my sleeper this week's Luther Burden. He flashed some talent in week 3 against the Cowboys, and coming off a bye week, this just feels like the perfect spot for the rookie to have another big performance. It's more of a gut call, but we've seen plenty of rookies catch fire right after a bye, and I think Burden very well could be the very next one. I shouted him out late on my waiver wire, like at the very end, after wide receivers, after tight ends. It somehow got missed in the show doc, but it was in there. It was a late call out, and there's a good chance he's still on your waiver wire as well. But I got Luther Burden there, so that's who I got there. I think it's a good
I like
spot.
that one. I like that one. He's definitely going to start getting more involved in that offense as the year goes on.
And I like the bye week for rookies. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I like the bye weeks like week 7 on, but I don't dislike the spot for him with the bye week. It should be a good spot, I think. Jordan, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I got another rookie wide receiver, probably not as deep of a sleeper as Burden, but I got Matthew Golden. He's kind of taking that clear number 3 role in that offense, for Green Bay with Wicks, Dubs, and Golden. Cincinnati has given up 21 fantasy points per game to wide receivers. Golden's targets have increased every week. Weeks 1 and 2, he was at 2 targets. Week 3 was at 4 targets. Week 4, he was 6 targets. And again, coming off the bye, I think they try to get him more involved. He's definitely their most talented, explosive wide receiver. So I think in this matchup, we didn't get it with Jameson Williams last week. I was pretty confident in that. He was open the whole entire game. They never threw him the ball. I think we get Golden, a big Golden game here. Nice little deep ball for sure for a touchdown. And I could see a good game from Golden here coming off the bye.
Man, Jordan, every time I forget about Jameson Williams, there's just signs to remember of him all the time. I just can't get away from him. He just keeps just everywhere. It's like the one that got away. I do hope it is this week, though. So that is our starts. That is our sits. That's our sleeper. Remember, guys, don't be rude. Share the dudes. Really helps us out. More people listen, more content we make. And just the way it goes. We'll find more things to do the more views we get. So trying to keep getting some subs over 1,000 now, which is a milestone for us. Next thing we're going for is that YouTube play button just around the corner. Jordan, 3 matchups, not 3. What's one NFL matchup you are excited for this week? I have a couple.
I
You
know
tell
I
me what
had
you got.
one. I like the Monday night game between the Bears and the Commanders. I think both Monday night games are really good. Like that's going to be a really fun like doubleheader on Monday night because I think you have the Bills and the Falcons, and then you have this Commanders Bears game. So I really like this Commanders Bears game. I think it could be a shootout, passing both ways. So I like that. I like that game quite a bit. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I have here. I really like Seahawks and Jags. The Seahawks are fun to watch. I'm a Torrey Horton fan. I also I gotta quit calling him Torrey Holt on the waiver episode. I keep throwing Torrey Horton out there though. He's a guy that I think should be rostered. Also, JSN, a lot of JSN people who follow this show. So he's always fun to watch. And I think I'm fingers crossed Lawrence can push him, for the Seahawks staff to air it out as well. I feel like that could be a better game than what people are giving it credit for. And then I have Lions at Chiefs, obviously. Like I think that could be a good one. Upset of the week. That's my upset of the week. We skipped that. I got Lions beating the Chiefs. Chiefs are 2.5 favorites at home, but I could see the Lions winning this one here. What upset do you have, Jordan?
I got the Browns beating the Steelers. I do not like the Steelers team. I don't believe in the Steelers team. I think Gabriel gave kind of that Browns team some life, and Judkins is an absolute beast. I don't know how much of that game you watched, Trent. I know you were out of town, I think. So like,
yeah, I didn't get to see too much of it.
I mean,
I saw the highlights. Yeah,
Judkins is an absolute animal. It's so impressive to watch him play. Like, I'm watching that, and I'm just like, why did I let all that crap that was happening in the beginning of the year get me off Judkins? Because I know if all that stuff wouldn't have happened, I would have been all over him. And I just took way too much Samson because I thought the Judkins, was going to be out longer. But man, this kid is good. He can run the football, and his legs keep moving. He carries guys. He just keeps moving forward, and he rips off runs. He's fun to watch run the football, to be honest. He's just really fun to watch run the football.
The only thing that would be like the funniest thing that could happen this week would be if Joe Flacco beats the Packers for the second time this year.
Oh, it'd be hilarious.
Like, I don't think that happens, but Flacco at the Bengals, I don't, that whole thing, I feel like, again, a team that probably should have mobile quarterback there, but you're bringing an old guy with a bad offensive line. And do you see Flacco riding coach to the game? Like there's people taking pictures of him on the airplane.
All I can think of, like, I don't get it why they didn't call the Giants to try to get one of Russ or Jameis. Like, I don't really understand that. But like, I guess the thing is that like Flacco can still sling it. I think he's smarter than just more veteran quarterback than Browning. Probably get the ball out real quick, won't hold on to it. I think we're going to see a lot of like Chase receptions. Like it could be a lot of like volume for Chase and Chase Brown. So
yeah,
I think it hurts T. Higgins the most. I think it hurts T. Higgins by far the most.
Mm-hmm. So there's that one. And I have, we talked about Bears, Commanders, Lions, Chiefs. Like maybe we finally get a Jameson Williams game here, Jordan, fingers crossed. Like I talked about him on the waiver pod. Like,
it's going to come in the game you least expect. That's when it's going to happen.
Yeah, but it's worse than what it was last year. Like he's open and Goff's not giving him the ball.
I know.
Yeah, it's like Tesla was the guy to get on that.
Yeah,
they paid him all this money. They talked him up, and maybe it's just the OC hates him because remember how the OC was talking about like the passing tree not being good enough for the wide receiver, the route tree.
Yeah,
maybe that's.
I know Doug Campbell. I know Campbell loves that guy.
Yeah. So, it'll happen. At least it'll happen in playoffs. Probably when you're out of your fantasy playoffs. Okay, let's get into the pick'em here, Jordan. Pick'em rapid fire. How did we do last week? Like, who won the picks last week? Did you finally get a win? I feel like I did really bad.
No, I did not get a win. It was not, honestly, we all kind of sucked, if I'm being completely honest. I went 5-9. Like, this might be the worst I've ever done, like, ever in all the years we've been doing this. And then you and Seth both went 7-7. So
Are you
Seth
kidding
now
me?
has 3.5 wins. You have 1.5 wins, and I'm yet to get on the board.
Is
So
that my third tie with Seth?
yes,
Yeah, I'm sick and
that
tired
is
of
your
him
third
copying my
tie.
picks.
Well, it can't happen today. It can't happen on this show.
Yeah.
So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
Well, yeah, that's true. Unless, he gets he's in that deal where he puts him in early. So, all
Yeah.
right. What do we have first here, Jordan?
So we got Philly at Giants. Philadelphia 7-point favorite on the road, 40.5 total. I'm gonna go Philly here.
Yeah, I don't know how you go Giants here. You got Saquon Barkley revenge game. You do
Yeah.
have a play that I'm be putting out on YouTube Shorts later Thursday afternoon. You have a play you like in here. Just a
Yeah.
little spoiler alert. It's
Theo.
Theo
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Theo
and he's been on
Johnson.
the waiver pod. I keep putting him out there because
I
he's
mean,
been
they
involved.
don't have anybody to catch football other than Wan'Dale Robinson. So
Yeah,
someone's gonna have to
so
do it.
is it possible that Eagles D tackle doesn't play in this one? Short week. I know he was on the injury report.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
Okay,
I haven't seen anything about
figuring
that.
he will play. But yeah, I'm going Eagles. There's no way they lose 2 in a row.
Yeah, I got Eagles too.
Seth's favorite team.
London. We got the London game. Denver at the Jets. Denver 7-point favorite in London, 41.5 total. I don't necessarily love the spot for Denver, but I don't know if I can pick the Jets, so I'm gonna go Denver.
Yeah, fire up Justin Fields, of course. I think you fire up Garrett Wilson. You can't sit those two guys. But man, weird things happen in London though sometimes,
I
Jordan.
know, and them coming off the win against the Eagles and then flying across the ocean to London,
but the Jets are bad.
If we were picking to cover, I'd probably take the Jets to cover, but we're not doing that. So it's kind of
I'm willing to lose this pick by saying Broncos.
Yeah. All right, next game. We got the Cardinals going to Indianapolis, take on the Colts. Colts favored by 7, 47 total. I'm going to Indianapolis. This Colts team is awful. I mean, not this Colts team. This Cardinals team is awful. I'm never picking them again.
You're not picking Cardinals ever again after that.
Maybe not.
It's 7.5. I'm gonna go Cardinals just for fun. I'm gonna go Cardinals here.
Wow.
Just coming off, their coach just punched a player, which I didn't really think that was that bad. Disrespectful. What do you think about that? You can't do that. And it wasn't like a punch. It was more of a hit on the shoulder. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it, but I was just kind of
I look at it as probably, I don't know. I feel like that's something that it's tough. I get both sides to it. I get the side of they're both grown
20
men.
years ago, we don't talk about it.
Yeah,
it
I get the point of grown men don't touch other grown men unless you want to have a problem, right? You don't put your hands on another grown man unless you kind of have a problem, unless you want something, there's an issue there. There's going to be issues when grown men put their hands on other grown men, But then I also get there's the coach player dynamic, and we don't need to be so soft about it. It's so sensitive. But then it's also these are two adults, So I don't know, and it's not Gannon is some older man. He's kind of a younger coach, He's not Pete Carroll out there, Andy Reid. It's not the Andy Reid and Travis Kelce thing, where they were going at it. And
it's one of those things though. If a coach was pumped up and hit you on the shoulder pads, it's totally okay. And if he hits you softer out of anger, it's just a weird. I don't know. The fine. Des Bryant came out and said he didn't think it was a big deal.
But then Chris Long said you don't do that. You don't.
So it's other men. It's probably just with the amount of guys. You're right. It's probably the wrong thing to do. But it's another one of those things. 20 years ago, it's probably not on camera. No one even knows about it. I bet they're both embarrassed it got put on camera. Yeah. Let me know. Am I out of my mind, guys? Let me know. What do you think here? I think in this settings, frustration, heat of the battle. I just didn't think it was that big of a deal. So let me know if I'm just completely off my rocker, please. And let me know in the comments on YouTube or Spotify. What do we have next here, Jordan? Yeah.
Okay. We got
Maybe I shouldn't go
Cleveland.
Cardinals. Maybe I am off my rocker because I picked the Cardinals, but I'll go with this
You
upset
might
here.
be.
It's Marvin Harrison Jr. He's returning home.
We got Cleveland going to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh favored by 6 at home, 38.5 total. I'm going Cleveland. Like, and maybe I'm crazy for this, but I don't like this Pittsburgh team at all.
I'm going Steelers.
All right. Next game, Dallas at Carolina. Dallas favored by 3 on the road, 49.5 total. I'm going Dallas. They've been actually low key, like pretty impressive, Trent. Like, I don't know. What is their record exactly? I don't know what their record is. But
Careful. 2-2-1, I believe, is what it is. So let's
yeah,
be
like
careful.
honestly, like they look decent. Like they look not bad. Like
Pickens looks good.
They lost to the Eagles. They
And
lost to who else? And the Bears, and they tied the Packers.
Yeah.
Like
I think if CeeDee Lamb doesn't get hurt versus the Bears, I think they win. I just think that happening when it happened, I think it messed up their game plan. So,
yeah,
but
agree.
I don't want to get too excited about the Cowboys. Anytime I get excited about the Cowboys, they let me down. So, but I am going Dallas to win this game because Dak's playing good. Yeah,
Chargers at Miami. Chargers favored by 3.5 on the road, 43 total. I'm gonna go Chargers. Get right. They've lost 2 in a row. I think they get a little bounce back win here.
I'm going Dolphins. You know, that Miami Heat on the away side sometimes gets you. If Alt's not playing, you're missing 2 offensive linemen, which let's just not even talk about Slater anymore because he's gone all year. We don't need to talk about it. So I'm going Dolphins win this one.
All right. We got Rams at Baltimore. Rams favored by 7 on the road, 44.5 total. I can't pick anyone to beat this, like to lose to this Baltimore team with the way they're presently playing. I mean, they went from Trent like pre-year to be like preseason best team in football to like they're like a bottom 5 team in football now. Like obviously injuries play a huge part in that, but I don't know. It's bad. I'm going Rams. Rams win by a lot.
Yeah, I'm going Rams.
Off the long week, man, like of their they're going to become fired up, ready to go after that loss to the Niners last Thursday.
Yeah.
San Francisco at Tampa. Tampa favored by 3 at home, 47.5 total. I'm going to go Tampa here at home.
I'm going Tampa as well. Niners look good, though. I just don't know if you can keep it up with that decimated offense or decimated team, really. Like, I think.
Yeah, they said no Pearsall I saw this week. Not expecting Pearsall to play.